Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Legacy Podcast. Talk about on Wednesdays about gaming news, my personal take on certain video game series or movie series. If you come on Monday, Fridays, but today is Wednesday, and obviously by the title, we're going to be talking about gaming news once again. So we are episode 3. Some brief things that we're talking about Xbox, Left 4 Dead 2, Cyberpunk 2077, end of an era for a certain game that popular on Facebook, how the Bethesda acquisition's coming along, some interesting news about cheaters getting banned, and a new expansion coming out for one of everyone's favorite Nintendo games. But, as always, before we begin, you know that at the Legacy Cast we are all idiots, and that we are all going to use our personal opinions for this with a little bit of updates. The news sources I'm using for this series are Kotaku and PC Gamer. Thank you to both of you. But that does not exclude us from scrutiny if we do something wrong, or if something reported on is reported false later on. Please come together and please comment on the Fast Fire Guy 123 video of this cast and make sure that I am proven wrong and that I press it in. Thank you very much. Some updates. You know, we are also why some things didn't get published differently. Anyways, and just like PlayStation, as we get into this, I have to say, podcast will include, but it's not limited to, swearing, sexually explicit content, hot and cold takes alike, or swearing. So, Xbox, you fucked it up. Yep, Xbox. Giving us a notice, set time, and link set up for all the players who would be selling the Xbox. Pre-ordering has been a massive headache. They were set to start at 11 a.m., but every site started crashing. Target would let you pre-order Target was said to have let you pre-ordered the console, but then said your cart was empty when you tried to check out. Walmart seemed to be a go, but by the time I was able to fill out my shipping and payment information, it said the console was sold out. GameStop got people into a queue. Told you not to refresh the page, and I was like, oh yeah, eventually you get your chance to pre-order. And then the GameStop page crashed. So it was pretty much just about it as well. PS5 launch. At least they let you know the time. Gave you a little bit of notice. Getting through the Best Buy page apparently was like trying to play like, you know, one of the like that cookie cutter game, like just rapidly trying to hit the pre-order button over and over and over again until it never changed. But yeah, it seems like with everyone being locked indoors, it seems people want to buy the new consoles even more, and it's just a fucking jumble. Right? They aren't getting anything done. Glad you guys didn't hear that because that just started playing for me. Taku, fuck you. All right, on to the next news article. No, I don't want to take it your survey. Speaking of the expandable storage drive cost was announced. As we all know, the Xbox Series S comes in at, I believe, 12 gigabytes at $300. I think it's what $300 for it, and then the more expensive Xbox X. Oh my god, I gotta tell you about the story too. I'll get it. And it comes at 1 terabyte in their SSDs. Well, to get an additional 1 terabyte of expandable SSD storage from, I believe it's a Seagate type of SSD, it is $219. I'm just external SSD. Terabyte. Are they really that expensive? No, they're not. A Seagate 1 terabyte USB for a 3.0 connection. Samsung T5 1 terabyte external, which I hold my video game. Or even Barracuda. Firecuda's. The only one that comes that expensive is a Firecuda at $150, but a Seagate 1 terabyte USB $150. So really looks like they're really over space on that console. And also getting on to I just had an Xbox news thing I was in. Oh yeah. So because the Xbox loves the X for their name, a bunch of people when pre-orders came out, even on top of all the people who were struggling to order the correct console, a bunch of people misordered the Xbox One X instead of the Xbox One Series X. A lot of people bought basically the console in the current gen rather than the new console in the latest gen, and it's good job, Microsoft. Confusing names are what gets you through the day, don't it? Speaking about a new expansion, Left 4 Dead 2 The Last Stand is live and free to play for the weekend. Basically, it's a big community-made update. It adds a new campaign, survival mode, maps, huge number of fixed weeks. The community made an update to it. Last Stand features a new campaign based on survival map, but this time escape to safety. If you can blast your way through the hordes of infected, there are also 26 full new survival mode, scavenge mode arenas, a pair of new melee weapons, the shovel and the pitchfork. And for my money, the shovel's got a way to go because the pitchfork's just going to get stuck on something the first time. They've also added a couple new animations, restored the unused dialogue, the addition of common infected models from the original Left 4 Dead with 4, UI improvements, a ton of bug and exploit fixes. I can't believe a game that old with an up 36 new maps. Holy crap! Maybe we'll do that on the channel as well. Playing a couple of the Last Stand stuff. How does that sound? I think that sounds like a time. As far as I want. Hopefully I can get friends to do it. Alright. Now on to more news about the game that is ever going to get released. Last week we talked about the system requirements for the PC, and now we're going to be talking about 2077 is crunch time before the game's released. You'll be working 6-day working weeks ahead of Cyberpunk 2077 launches. Crunch period will be troubleshooting bugs. The game is sent to Sony and Microsoft console certification. Nice. Basically they're going to be crunching down, working on it a little bit quicker. All game studios do it. And apparently Cyberpunk 2077 will slightly shorter than The Witcher 3, which The Witcher 3 was a phenomenal game and like perfect length. So if Cyberpunk 2077 has like the same kind of depth in the side quest and all of that as well as the story, I'm okay with that. Now, about an end of an era. Apparently, Farmville is like the original Farmville. Yes, you can call it game. Put out the pasture. Basically, it accounted for a 4% of Facebook's revenue and basically the in-app purchases will be disabled on November 17th, but the game will continue to run until December first. Content updates with new farms and features will roll out. Shutdown refunds for in-game currency will not be offered. But if you make the move to Farmville 2, you will get a bonus package. Elevator. So the next new Bethesda. Repeat Bungie's success with app quiz. Basically, they want to come to the success that Microsoft has had with Bungie, especially in recent years. They now want to do the same with Bethesda. So my guess is that they're going to try to release the titles in the best shape they can in order to make money as they can, because they got to make up that $7.5 billion in cash. So I guess we're probably going to be getting a Dishonored 3, another Wolfenstein title. We're obviously getting the next Elder Scrolls. Probably getting a new Fallout game. It'll be very, very interesting because the creators of New Vegas are also owned by Microsoft. So we might be getting they would make that as an exclusive. That would be really, really tough to beat if they did like a New Vegas 2. Obviously, Doom has been one of the best selling rated mature games. We got Starfield, which not much has been released about that, but I'm actually quite excited for it because base game made by Bethesda. Yes. And probably maybe another, not 100% sure how Prey and Prey 2 did. Or like the Prey update. Guess we'll have to see. With that. Yes. Right, on the next. So talking about, as I said, we were talking about ban stuff. Call of Duty Warzone just started its next season, and they started off by banning 20,000 players. Nice. Basically, they dropped it yesterday, or a couple of days ago now. It's not confirmed that other cheaters caught up in the ban wave were the same thing, but the engine-owned website now lists its cheat for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, which also Warzone as detected, meaning that developer Infinity Ward was able to tell when it's being used and presumably about it. Complaints about the bans and certain amount of glee, which I assume comes from users, are now making Yay! Last news stories for the short episode. Second expansion arrives on October 22nd. Isle of going to be called the Crown Tundra, which is the second half of the expansion pass. It'll be give the players the opportunity and with the chance to capture every legendary in the main series, along with new adventures, new Pokemon, and filled with massive legendaries like Tundra expand. So allow players to team up with fans like Galar, Star Tournament. Ooh. If you've not gotten the yet, good news: Nintendo's bundled version of either Pokemon Sword filled with the experience include get your reward. Very nice, and I guess that ends news for this episode of podcast. Link to the news section. Pre-record available because so yeah, gonna be waiting to do that, or maybe I think I might just do it and to do a series probably but maybe so. Just been some issues. All right. Anyways, thank you for watching the podcast.